Welcome to Psychology Truth. In today's video, we are going to explore a powerful and sometimes uncomfortable truth about human nature and the world we live in. Many people grow up believing that if they are kind, caring, and always considerate of others, the world will reward them with the same kindness in return. It is a beautiful belief, one that inspires people to act with empathy and compassion. But reality often shows us something different. The world is complex, and human nature is not always guided by fairness or gratitude. Sometimes, caring too much without protecting yourself can leave you vulnerable to disappointment and emotional exhaustion. Throughout history, philosophers and thinkers have tried to understand why this happens. One of the most famous observers of human behavior was Niccolò Machiavelli. His writings were not simply about politics. They were about understanding how people behave when power, ambition, and survival are involved. Machiavelli believed that people who rely only on kindness and goodwill may struggle in environments where others are motivated by self. His insights remind us that while compassion is valuable, it must be balanced with awareness and strength. Many people who care deeply about others develop a habit of putting everyone else first. They try to avoid conflict, keep everyone happy, and make sacrifices to maintain peace in their relationships. At first, this behavior may appear noble and admirable. Friends and family may praise them for being generous and supportive. However, over time this pattern can slowly create an imbalance. When someone constantly gives without setting limits, they may find themselves overwhelmed by expectations and responsibilities. One of the reasons caring too much can become dangerous is because not everyone interprets kindness in the same way. Some individuals genuinely appreciate empathy and respond with equal respect. Others, however, may see kindness as an opportunity. If they notice that someone rarely says no, they may begin asking for more favors, more time, and more emotional support. Gradually, the caring person becomes the one everyone depends on, while their own needs remain unnoticed. Psychology often refers to this pattern as people-pleasing behavior. People who fall into this habit tend to seek approval from others and avoid situations where someone might be disappointed in them. They may feel guilty when they decline requests or try to protect their own time. Because of this, they continue saying yes, even when they feel tired, stressed, or emotionally drained. Over time, this constant pressure can affect their mental well-being and self-confidence. Another challenge faced by people who care too much is emotional overinvestment. They may feel responsible for solving other people's problems or improving everyone's mood. If someone they care about is struggling, they immediately step in to help, often sacrificing their own peace of mind. While helping others is admirable, carrying too many emotional burdens can eventually become overwhelming. No one has unlimited emotional energy, and when it is constantly used for others, very little remains for personal growth and happiness. It is important to understand that caring is not the problem. Compassion is one of the most valuable qualities a person can possess. The issue arises when compassion exists without boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect our time, energy, and self-respect. Then, even the kindest person can become exhausted by the expectations placed upon them. Machiavelli often spoke about the importance of balancing kindness with strength. In his observations, leaders who tried to please everyone often lost control of their position. They became too focused on avoiding criticism and too hesitant to make difficult decisions. Meanwhile, those who combined strategic thinking with confidence were more likely to maintain authority and respect. While most people are not political leaders, the principle still applies to everyday life. In relationships, respect often grows when people demonstrate clear boundaries. When someone values their own time and energy, others are more likely to appreciate those qualities as well. On the other hand, when someone constantly sacrifices themselves for the sake of harmony, their efforts may gradually be taken for granted. What once seemed generous can become expected, and appreciation slowly disappears. Many individuals eventually reach a moment of realization. They begin to notice that they are always the one helping, listening, supporting, and solving problems, yet rarely receiving the same level of care in return. This realization can be painful because it challenges the belief that kindness alone guarantees fairness. However, it also becomes a turning point where people start learning how to protect themselves while still remaining compassionate. Developing boundaries is not about becoming cold or uncaring. Instead, it is about understanding your own value and protecting your emotional health. A boundary might be as simple as politely declining a request when you are already overwhelmed. It might involve limiting contact with individuals who repeatedly ignore your needs. Setting these limits may feel uncomfortable at first, especially for those who are used to always being helpful. But over time, boundaries create healthier and more balanced relationships. Another important concept is strategic compassion. This means caring deeply, while also being thoughtful about where your energy goes. Instead of trying to help everyone, you focus your support on people and situations where your effort truly matters. Strategic compassion allows you to remain kind without becoming emotionally depleted. It transforms caring from a weakness into a powerful strength. Recognizing manipulation is also an essential skill. Sometimes people use guilt, pressure, or emotional appeals to gain more support than they genuinely need. They may make you feel responsible for their happiness, or imply that refusing their request would make you a bad person. Understanding these patterns allows you to step back and evaluate situations more objectively. You can still offer help when appropriate, but you are no longer controlled by guilt or obligation. Balancing the heart and the mind is one of the most important lessons in life. The heart gives us empathy, connection, and compassion. The mind provides clarity, logic, and perspective. When these two forces work together, a person becomes resilient. They can care for others without losing themselves in the process. Respect is often built on self-respect. When people see that you value your own well-being, they are more likely to treat you with consideration. This does not mean you stop being generous or supportive. It simply means your kindness is guided by wisdom rather than pressure. Your time and emotional energy become gifts you choose to share, not obligations forced upon you. The world can sometimes appear ruthless, especially in competitive environments, where individuals prioritize personal success above everything else. But understanding this reality does not mean accepting negativity or abandoning compassion. Instead, it encourages awareness. When you understand how different people think and behave, you can navigate relationships more carefully and protect yourself from unnecessary harm. Ultimately, the lesson is not to stop caring. The world needs compassionate people who support one another and create meaningful connections. But caring should never come at the cost of your own peace and identity. When empathy is balanced with confidence and boundaries, it becomes a powerful force for both personal growth and positive influence. If you learn to care wisely, you will discover something remarkable. Your kindness will no longer be something the world consumes. Instead, it will become a strength that shapes the way others treat you. You will build relationships based on mutual respect rather than obligation. And most importantly, you will maintain the inner stability that allows you to grow without losing your compassion. Thank you for watching Psychology, Truth. If this message resonated with you, remember that awareness is the first step toward personal strength. Protect your energy, respect your own value, and continue to care, but do so with wisdom and balance.